Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable. Sacali's Corner Unfiltered with yours truly, Dominic Sacali. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody's waiting for this blockbuster show. It's going to be a doozy, that's for sure. You're going to find out what happened, who did it, and people, you're all going to be blown away. You're going to be blown away. I have 52 people. I want to see 52 likes right now. Otherwise, I'm not telling any stories. There we go. So that's it. Let me just make sure I got all my notes ready. And then we get started. We'll start rocking and rolling. I want to see some likes. Sorry. We're going to hold you hostage. Sorry. Tonight's story's too explosive. Hit that like button, folks. Hit the like button. Don't be afraid. You're not going to get electrocuted. We're gearing up here. I'm running ragged today. There we go. We got some likes. That's what I like to see. Like. Anna, hello, my dear. Cynthia, let's see. Chris, what's up? Scully, Tina, John. We'll go through the gamut. Anthony, what's up? Freddie, Jermaine, my brother from another mother. Philly Bob, what's up? What's going on? I'm just going to say Raphael, either. Raf. We'll keep it at Raf. What's up, Richie T? What's up? Who else we have? Ron John, what's up? What's going on? Joseph. Donna, good to see you. Chris, Wendy, hello. Grudge, what's up? Or Grun. What's up? Wise Guy, Sam the Man. There we go. Jawhead. We got Jawhead in the house tonight. So he said, oh shit, what's up with the bananas now? The bananas are going wild. There they go, folks. Folks, what did I tell everybody before we go into the story? What did I tell everybody with official Crypto Nostra? What have I said? Let's see where we're at right now. What have I said? Can't stop the movement. You cannot stop us. We are a movement, folks. A movement. Steady. 11.4 million in market cap, folks. We're at 0.005702. I almost doubled my money from yesterday. That's the way we rock and roll here. Mafia Roundtable, Sacali's Corner Unfiltered. We don't play around. And folks, there's a lot more stuff coming out. I'm working on something major. It is going to blow everybody away. And we will see. So, we are going to get into this story. But first off, few things. You guys want to hear who robbed the social club? Do you? I want to see some answers. I'm going to engage this audience tonight. Do you really want to hear who robbed the social club? Eric, what's up? Anthony P says yes. Anna Banana, yes. Sam the Man, yes. Joe, we even got Joe Barone. Joe Barone, we didn't say hi, Susan. Leave her alone, Joe. Oh, my God. Yes. Everybody wants to hear. I got 225 people. I want 100 likes. I want 100 likes, and I'm going to tell everybody who robbed the social club. Give me 100 likes. And while I'm looking, let me go to the title. We're gonna do some things different here tonight. You know why? Because I can. Because I can. We can do things different. That's the way we rock and roll here. We don't play around. That's for sure. Without a doubt, folks. Without a doubt. Let's see something. Without a doubt. We don't play around. We go to work. We get busy. We get busy, folks. We get busy. Let's see. Where are we? We're at 100 likes now, I'll tell it. You're going to hear the facts. The facts. You ready? I robbed the social club. Me. I went in there. I got sick and tired of Michael. I went up to New York. Feds know about it. I went there. I took them down. I knew that there was 100,000 plus in a social club in the Bronx. I went to Vinny's old social club. That's a social club on Westchester Avenue in the Bronx. I know the Bronx. Nobody knows the Bronx better than me. And don't ever mess with me. You got that Michael Washwoman? I took all the money. Johnny Joe, his son, they were shitting in their pants. They were duking in their pants when they saw me. and I went in with no mask. You know why? I'm gangster. I'm gangster. I'm gangster. If you believe that, you better believe Scott Bernstein. You better believe Jeff Nadeau. And most important, my boy, I feel bad for him and I battle with him. I love him. So there's no misunderstanding. Gene Borello broke the story. I love Gene. I went back and forth with Gene. Gene is adamant. I'm like, Gene, I live in the neighborhood. It's my neighborhood. You can't tell me about a neighborhood I grew up in. I know every aspect, every alleyway, every backyard. You don't think I had two former Bonanno people, not former, I'm sorry, I'm former. I had two Bonanno people, one Genovese, and one Gambino. And let's get things better. I had such ties. We had ties with NYPD detectives. Never happened. Never happened. Even the NYPD detectives, there was word on the internet. They said, what jerk-offs? What jerk-offs? These guys, they don't even live here, Dom. That's what they said, Dom. They don't even live here. How could they even be mentioning things? It gets better. We're going to break down. Like I said, you're going to hear the facts. I'm exposing Scott Bernstein, Jeff Nadeau. Gene, I believe, is an innocent person here, to be honest, and I'll call it the way it is. But I don't know. I don't know. They're rocking and rolling. Let's start with Scott Bernstein. This is probably the longest line of BS I've ever heard. Now, folks, I'm going into sit-down mode, so you're not going to hear profanity. You're going to hear straight talk. And it's really a disgrace. It's a disgrace what's said. And trust me, everybody that knows me, if I wanted to jump on the bandwagon, I could jump on it, say the Albanians did this, or these Italians did that. Here's what happened. The Lucchese's, because they had the beef with Michael Mancuso, and didn't happen. Didn't happen. I keep it real. Didn't happen. I fact checked. I got more people. Put it this way. I probably got more loyal friends. I say acquaintances because I had no friends out there. Acquaintances that are still involved with me, folks. Still involved. I got people seeing me in Florida. When I go up to New York, they see me. Have dinner with me. Take me out. Dom, we miss you. And I call myself a rat. They get mad at me. Don't do it, Dom. You're not. Stop. Stop before I punch you in the mouth. I look at them. You're going to hit me? No, but I don't like that. I got a lot of loyal people, folks. A lot. I grew up, born and raised in Pelham Bay, Throgs Neck. I'm telling you, never happened. Yes, they would keep it quiet. But here goes Scott Bernstein. He heard, remember, Memorial Day weekend. So Johnny Joe, the son, Anthony Aiello, they have nothing to do on Memorial Day weekend but go to a social club and count money. Number one, folks, the Bonannos have two social clubs. Call me again. I'm going to announce your name on live. Okay? This is somebody from New York. Call me again. I'm going to announce your name on live. They're messing with me now. So go ahead. Go ahead, tough guy. We'll see how tough you are. And I will blow you up. So bet you I won't get a call again. So with that said, number one, Johnny Joe. I don't know Aiello. Johnny Joe's son, I don't know him either. Johnny Joe was never a club guy. Number two, so Memorial Day weekend, at night, they're going to be in a social club hanging out. Anybody that knows social clubs, number one, it's not like back in the day when you had the baccarat, you had this gambling, that gambling, big sports betting, the joker poker, everything's going. I mean, they were rocking and rolling. That's when you had the drug money, the heroin, all that shit rolling around. Yes, there was big money in those clubs, but you had all heavy hitters. You had all heavy hitters there. So you mean to tell me, people use common sense. They're going to take money that's being kicked up for contributions, whatever, and put it in one place. Remember, I was up there with the Bonannos. It doesn't work that way. We go, we meet whoever we have to meet. We take the money. We go to our house with it. Where it's safe. Nobody knows. I don't need three people to gather money up. It doesn't happen that way. Doesn't happen. It's just insane. But Scott went on to say, in the Bronx, this happened in the Bronx. Okay. Nobody knows where in the Bronx. Nobody knows where. Scott went on to say, Bernstein, a tribute package to Mikey Knows. Huge news. Tribute package to Mikey Knows. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Even at Christmas time, you don't send up that much money in one shot. You just don't. You don't. I didn't even do it. The 360,000 I kicked up went out probably in about a week's time. The last 50,000 I sent to Joe Messino. He complained that I got there late. I beat by my own drum. I do things smart, so I'm not stupid. Gene did break the news Sunday night. I'm sorry, it wasn't even Saturday. Sunday night. Scott Bernstein says, it was pretty easy for me to confirm because we forget. Scott Bernstein is from New York. Scott Bernstein was in the Mafia. Scott Bernstein is well respected. So it's easy for him to confirm. He confirmed it on Memorial Day, on Monday. He confirmed it like this. Went on to say, I was able to confirm a lot of this by Monday afternoon. Wow. A lot of what? Nothing happened. And people use common sense. Scott I very rarely see him for 20 minutes plus, if that. He's on there talking about it, making up stuff as he goes, and I'm going to pinpoint things. This is a shame. They should take down these guys' channels. It's a shame, the news they're reporting, what they're putting out there, the false news. It could get somebody killed. It could really get somebody killed or somebody hurt bad. Are they out of their minds? He goes on to say, Scott, we don't know more than what we know. Well, Scott, you don't know anything. You're making it up. You're making it up. I'm from the Bronx, people. Everybody knows it. I'm entrenched in the Bronx till this day. Till this day. Never happened. I got more messages. Dom, didn't happen. Dom, it didn't happen. Dom, it didn't happen. Detectives. 2 different police precincts. Dom, we heard this. False. What are these guys? They called the guys on YouTube Bernstein and the dude 2 jerk-offs. 2 jerk-offs. Literally, I have it. Literally. Scott went on to say, 4 masked armed assailants with seeming knowledge that there was a big boost was a lot to take. Doesn't seem random from what I'm saying. Number 1, the clubs in the Bronx. Vinny's Social Club on the Westchester Avenue by Sam's. Okay. Wide open area. Very high traffic area. There was never that type of money in that club. Okay. The biggest earner in that club was the Joker poker machine. At its heyday, it was doing anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 a week. That was the biggest money maker. There's no big card games going down there. And people, when you collect money, you're not going to bring it. Just listen to how stupid it is. You're meeting captains, even if they are, you're meeting captains. You're going to take money to go to a social club. You go to your house. You go to the safest place. And these aren't club guys. Johnny Joe's not a club guy. Ernie Aiello and Johnny Joe Jr., who's a blowhard, total blowhard. And so is Ernie Aiello, total blowhard. Gave him his own nickname. We'll go into that later. But the only serious guy there was Johnny Joe. Yes, Gene got it right. Johnny Joe is a killer without a doubt. Johnny Joe's also has to be close. I'm 58. He has to be close to 70, in his late 60s. He calmed down a lot. When Johnny Joe was wild, I was hanging out with him when I was 17, 18 years old. When I was with Demon, we were all hanging out. They call him Alley Boy Metro, but it was Johnny Metro. With them all, with the entire crew, okay? We would hang out, drink, party, and shit would pop. We'd firebomb somebody's house. Johnny Joe, myself, and Johnny. We firebombed somebody's house in Ferry Point Park. And it happened to be Wendy I'm blowing you up. Wendy's mother's house, she owned the house. The guy who was living there. We firebombed his house, waiting for him to come outside to blast them. Okay? That's another thing in itself. So nobody could tell me about the Bronx. And then back in the heyday, yes, Giant Joe was dangerous. As he got older, he calmed down. He stopped doing drugs, stopped partying, and you become calm. So he's not the Raven lunatic he once was. Still a dangerous guy. Never take it away from anybody. So we'll go on. Scott said, they bursted into the club, guns blaring, and hit the place for 6 figures. That's something being discussed with all the 5 families. Scott, you got to be the biggest moron on this planet to make that statement. That's being discussed with all 5 families. It never happened, Scott. You don't find that type of money in those social clubs anymore, Scott, due to law enforcement, Scott. Due to surveillance, Scott. This is not the John Gotti era days, Scott. This is not when we had the pizza connection. All that money was flowing wildly in the social clubs, Scott. This is not the 80s and early 90s, Scott. Doesn't happen that way in New York, Scott. And by the way, Scott, let me refrain. I'm fired up with this. You can't believe how stupid this is. How? Scott says, here's what I said. If it happened on a Sunday, Monday you confirmed it, Scott? Damn. You got that much power, that much respect in New York City, in the Bronx? Scott, I never heard of you. I'm from the Bronx. Gene, you know I love you. You can't tell me about my neighborhood. So you're going to tell me you have more powerful connections than myself in the Bronx? Gene, whoever gave you that information, I think they're baiting you. Think they're baiting you, brother. Think they're baiting you. Now, Gene just broke a story about another Blaze Carrazzo social club in Queens got robbed. I'm not going to argue that. I don't know Queens. And I don't care to know Queens. But I do know the Bronx. That I do know. So, makes no sense on a holiday weekend when everybody's away. Everybody's away. So Sunday afternoon, evening, they're hanging out. They're not away with their families. They're not barbecuing. They're not doing pool parties. So the Mafia, do you realize that, Scott? Do you really realize it? And you got confirmation on a Monday morning, Monday afternoon. Scott goes on to say, later Sunday, Monday, I know there were meetings. Scott knows now, later Sunday and Monday, there was meetings taking place about the situation. Everybody's taking this seriously, the 5 families. Scott, you're just a moron. You're just a moron. Whoever goes and watches Scott Bernstein and Jeff Nadeau at this point, and I never say that about anybody, but it's a damn joke. It's a joke. They took a story Gene put out there, and they used their own fabrication. They put their different swings on it. But, and Scott goes on to say, we'll go in. Goes on to say, why would you target these individuals? They're very serious people. They're killers. Johnny Joe. Yes, very serious. Definitely. Then he goes on to say, Johnny Joe. He mentioned Johnny Joe, Ernie Aiello, Mikey Washwoman, the Nose Mancuso, and Johnny Joe Jr. Okay, out of those 4, the only serious guy is Johnny Joe himself. That's the only guy who people really respect up there. Scott goes on to say talking about Ernie Aiello. Scott said he's the Acton street boss. Acton street boss. Wow. That's news to me. That's total news to me. And he's talking about tough guy. the pit bull, they call him. Scott, do you realize he named himself the pit bull? Do you realize this guy never had a fight in his life? Do you realize that, Scott? Never had a fight. I never heard of him having a fight. I never even knew him in the Bronx. Never even heard him. Where did he come from? I'm not saying he's not from the Bronx. And Scott went on to say, Ernie Aiello is quite ferocious. Scott, you are really, really lost your mind. He has done muscle work for Mikey Mancuso for years. Okay, Scott. All right. All right. I'm not sure if he was one of the parties at the wake, but I know Johnny Joe Jr. was, and they got their asses handed to them, Scott. I could tell everybody here who knows me from the Bronx, I got my ass handed to me one time when I had a gun put to my head by Stephen DeLuca. Took me in the back of the cemetery and beat me down for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Beat me down. So that's the only time. One-on-one fisticuffs, going out, group, gangs, fights. Never happens. Never happens. Then you go on to say Mikey knows. 2-time murderer. No, he did not kill Randy Pizzolo. He just forwarded an order from Vinny. So really, he didn't do shit there. And he shot his wife. Shot his wife in the head twice, 2 times, and then put her by the hospital, the emergency room, Jacoby Hospital, which I know. You know where Jacoby Hospital is? It's by Pelham Parkway in the Bronx, where the horse stables used to be. Okay. And eventually there was a lounge, Genovese Lounge owned over there. Happy Days. Okay. How would I know that? I'm not from the Bronx. I don't know anything about the Bronx. So, but Michael Knowles was involved in 2 other homicides as a lookout for Vinny Basciano when Vinny Basciano put the work in. Okay. Never pulled the trigger. Never pulled the trigger. Only shot his wife. That's it. That's the only trigger he ever pulled. Then you have Johnny Joe Jr. What I heard about him is an outright disgrace. Johnny Joe should be embarrassed with his son. Running around, was saying he was the boss. He was acting boss. He was this. He was that. He was nothing. He was a soldier, I think, at that time. Joke. Blowhard. At the funeral parlor, got beat down. The kid does not belong in the life. He's a doughboy. Look at him. Only reason why he's in the life is because of daddy. That's it. That's it. Or because, again, Michael has no clue what he's doing with the crime family. Michael is not respected in the Bronx. Johnny Joe is. Johnny Joe is very well respected and feared. Michael's a joke. So, Scott, let me ask you something. Since Michael is this big, tough guy, this killer, this maniac, this lunatic, because that's what Scott's labeling him, a very serious guy who's well respected. How is his father's killer walking around in Pelham Bay, Frog's Neck? Answer me that. Answer me that, folks. Answer me. And I'm dead serious. Walking around, Michael waved to him. I was with Vinny. Michael's waving. I get in the car. Vinny shaking his head, saying, I can't, what a mutt. What a mutt. So what are you talking about? Vinny said, see the guy he just waved to? Yeah, what? He killed his father. I said, get out of here. He said, yeah, he killed his father. Michael knows about it? Absolutely. Arnold Squitieri and Funzi, Alfonsiska, Gambinos. They were there the night they were hanging out. They were all partying. Well, Michael knows his father with that guy who killed him. They didn't do anything. Michael didn't do anything. Michael says hello to him. That's a guy who's feared? Come on. That's a guy who's respected? You have your father. The whole neighborhood knows about it. Everybody was serious. Are you kidding me? So Scott goes on to say, reckless behavior. Maybe the people that did this just came, maybe a statement. Maybe who? Scott, what statement? You said, let's hear this. Maybe the people that did this just don't care. Maybe making a statement. Maybe who? Maybe it never happened, Scott. Did you ever think of that? Or you just need views that bad? You and Jeff Nadeau need views that bad to promote lies, to make it like you know the Bronx. You have solid connections in the Bronx. Folks, again, I could have jumped on the bandwagon. I don't do that here. I'm telling you, and I've checked with everybody. I even called people that I don't even speak to anymore, or wasn't speaking to them. Like, Dom, we heard that. That's a joke. It's a joke. Never happened. Never happened. Never happened. Never happened. Never happened. I'm like, are you kidding me? Maybe they're trying to keep it quiet. Dom, it never happened. What social club? They can't even name a social club. That's the best part. Yeah, Jeff Nadeau named the social club on Waterbury Avenue. It's in the papers. That was Patty. What's his name? Fat Pat. I'll get his name in a minute. Fat Patty. So Patty DiFilippo. That was his club over there. Yeah, that club, and you have Vinny's club. There was no clubs on Tremont Avenue at the time. There used to be, but it was shut down. And that's it. I mean, what they're talking about is crazy. So it gets better because Scott goes on to say, the package that Scott was told from his reliable connections, because Scott's from the Bronx, was ready to go out. They consolidated all the racket money. Scott, what racket money, Scott? What racket money? What racket money, Scott? Let me tell you how it works, Scott. We have number joints. Vinny had all number locations. It's running in different areas. So he had his brother running one. He had his other brother doing another one. Anthony Donato taking care of this one. He had Fat Larry doing another one. A few more guys. Joey D'Amico doing another one. They give him money individually. The only one sometimes would collect would be Anthony, and he's meeting them outside, giving them the money. So that's off the chart. So let me tell you something. How's all the racket money going to be collected on a Sunday night with sports betting? You make no sense. You make no sense at all. Again, you just, what you said, all the money was pulled. Doesn't work that way. And they're going right to the house. They're not going to go with social club. Wait, folks, how is the mafia this day and age with all law enforcement technology, all surveillance, everything? Think about it. So we have law enforcement, there's cameras all over. Let's bring the money right into the social clubs that we know social clubs are being watched, they're being monitored. We have to suspect that. So we're going to bring all the money in, all the guys in, and it just makes no sense. No sense at all. If anything, you try to protect your assets. You meet up on the street, give an envelope in a park somewhere, you meet, and that's it. You take that money and you go do what you have to do. You don't congregate like that. Sorry, it doesn't happen. So at the top of the danger pyramid, Scott went on to say, might be Mikey, built respect. So Scott went on to say that Mikey built respect for the Bonanno crime family. Let me tell you something, Scott. Mikey was in jail for many years. Who was out there? I think Johnny Joe built more respect than everybody. This family became strong, especially after this time that Michael Knowles went away for his violation. Johnny Joe. Then Scott goes on to say, when Michael Knowles came home, this is Scott because Scott Bernstein knows it all. Scott went on to say, when Michael came home, there was a vote with the Bonannos that went against Mikey. But to take Mikey off, that Mikey wasn't going to be the boss of the crime family. So the Bonannos voted Mikey out, that Mikey wasn't going to be the boss. But wait, it gets better. It was blocked by the other 5 families. Well, Scott, let me tell you something. It's only 4 other families in New York, not 5. 4. There's 5 altogether. But if the Bonannos are there, they're blocking it. The 4 other families, Scott. So get your numbers right. I've never heard in my life another family dictating who is going to be the boss in a different family. That's like me telling Tommy Schatz, when Tommy Schatz said he was the acting boss, you're not. Bonannos, Genovese, Lucchese, and Gambinos. We don't want Tommy Schatz as the Colombo boss. We're going to put Big Dino in as the Colombo boss. He's going to be the Colombo boss. Or what's his name? Teddy Persico getting out. They announced him boss. Oh, no. You can't be boss. we're giving it to Tommy Farice. We're giving it to Tommy Farice because he deserves it, and that's going to be your boss. Scott, you are the biggest buffoon I've ever met. People, if you subscribe to his channel, you buy his newsletter, you people are, you know what? Get off my channel. Get off my channel because you're that stupid. You're that stupid to listen. And I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real. I apologize for calling you stupid. If you subscribe to Scott or Jeff, you people are out of your minds. You're out of your minds. That in itself, it was blocked. He said his exact words. When they tried taking Mikey's position, they're taking Mikey as a boss. They're going to knock him down. The other families came in and said, no, he's the boss. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Scott says it's just reckless. It's just fact. Scott, what's fact is you're out of your mind. You're not from New York. You're a Hoosier. Who knows you, Scott? And you really are, you and Jeff are made for each other. You should walk down the aisle, the both of you, the loony bin aisle, because you both are crazy. So, able to stabilize, because Scott went into, well, I checked and they said definitely it wasn't the Brooklyn faction. Scott, let me tell you something. Let me educate you, Scott. I don't know how many guys are in Brooklyn, but there's not many, Scott. The next strongest is the Bronx. Well, you have the Bronx is strong. And Queens, Scott. Staten Island, Scott. Brooklyn, we don't have a big presence in Brooklyn, Scott. And Joe Camarano doesn't live in Brooklyn unless he moved. I always thought he lived in Long Island. But what do I know? I wasn't a Bonanno. I wasn't an official captain in the Bonannos. I wasn't second to Mikey Mancuso after Vinny went in. I don't know. Those are my sources. That's what my sources told me, Scott. And by the way, Scott turned around and said, I don't want to stoke flames. Scott, you already did. All the comments you made, Scott, it's a disgrace. It's a total disgrace what you did. You don't want to stoke flames? You made up more lies and accusations. Are you out of your mind? People, and you go watch this garbage? You go pay for this garbage? Him and the do? Another neighborhood. Oh, I'm sorry. You have the club, it was in Arthur Avenue somewhere. Scott, well, it's not confirmed, you said. He did say that, but he said Arthur Avenue. There are no Bonannos in Arthur Avenue, period. I know who's in Arthur Avenue. And he's basically retired. He has nothing to do with the life. Nothing. He stepped away. But to say Bonanno Club in Arthur, there is no Bonanno Club in Arthur Avenue, Scott. Okay? But Scott did say, well, fairness, not confirmed. That's the only thing. And Scott just went on and on with BS. I've never heard so much like just nonsense. And immediately they put word out to all the fences in the area. Scott, fences? Nobody uses that terminology anymore, Scott. You watch too many mob movies. All the fences in the area? Who are the fences, Scott? Let me hear this one. Let's hear this crock of shit. Let's hear this shit. It's swag, it's called. It's hot goods, Scott. There are no fences. You go to other wise guys. You go to other places, Scott, where they buy it. Fences, no. They're not going to walk into fences, into jewelry stores. It's not happening. They're not going to risk their license. They're making too much money legit, especially with all the tags, everything. Rolexes, it's not happening, Scott. Sorry. Scott said 10 to 15 times. It was confirmed it. 10 to 15 times. Wow, Scott, you got more power than shit. The Mikey washwoman. Wow. Now we'll go into Jeff Nadeau, his antics. Since when do you know, folks? Jeff has a story he's about to put up. Folks, I'm going to make this short. I'm going to make this real short. At least Jeff had the sense to know I'm going to ride what Gene said. I'm going to embellish. I'm going to just talk about, throw different things around. I got to give it, at least Jeff knows how to maneuver. He didn't go into something that is just, he knows it didn't happen. But he said, starts off with, I'm going to keep it short. You're keeping it short because you know the least you say, the better, because everything you're saying is fabricating. And if something comes out, they're all going to go back to Gene. That's for sure. Like, Gene, what are you doing? And Gene will say, well, I went to my source. And I just spoke to Gene today. I said, Gene, I'm coming out. I love you. You're like a little younger, wild brother. But Gene, this is not, yeah, Wendy, I'll go back to that. And Wendy said, yes, David is my brother. Oh, I don't know who said that. Well, that's who was in the house, Wendy, was your brother David we were getting ready to kill in Locust Point that time. So we weren't playing. But anyway, I won't get sidetracked. I'll go into that later. So Jeff goes into, at least he had the common sense to say, let me keep it short. He says, starts off, this happened, absolutely happened. How the hell do you know it absolutely happened? You in Philly, you got wind. You came up with Joey was looking to hurt you. You went to the cops. You went to a crazy asylum for protection. You didn't go because you were crazy. You went for protection. You're not crazy, but you use that as an excuse. You're out of your mind for your views. That's for sure. Again, he said the 100,000, it wasn't for Michael Mancuso. It gets better. It wasn't for the boss, because he knows it wasn't for Mancuso. You know who it was for? You gotta laugh. The 100,000's for somebody coming home from jail. Can you believe that? For somebody coming home from jail. Tony Green came home from jail. Here's what he got. Anthony Delicado came home from jail. Here's what he got. Anthony Donato came home from jail. Here's what he got. You know how I know? Their living conditions. And I'm not going to blow anybody up, because really, the three of them, I love them. I love them. I have a lot of love for them. I have a lot of good times from them. They had to live with relatives when they got out. So I know the two of the three. So folks, the only one who would get that type of money would be Vinny Basciano if he got released. He'll get that and more. And I guarantee you, as I'm here today, as you see me on this screen, Vinny would be boss like that overnight. Michael will step down in a heartbeat. You know why? Out of fear. Out of fear. Vinny's that well respected. Vinny's that well feared. Michael will step down in a heartbeat, knowing Vinny's going to take him. Vinny will definitely take him. And Vinny will do it quick. Very quick. So, I like what Jeff said. Jeff said it wasn't Arthur Avenue, but it gets better. Jeff said, not a club on Arthur Avenue, as far as I'm concerned. There are no clubs. That's what he said. I'm sorry. There are no clubs on Arthur Avenue, as far as I'm concerned. Who the hell are you that you're concerned? Who are you to pass that statement? Again, it's just amazing. Jeff goes on to say, Ernie's number 3. How? How is that? The consigliere position is number 3 in the crime family. A boss, underboss, consigliere. That's Bruno's position, allegedly. Allegedly. They're not consigliere position, folks, and I'll educate everybody. Well, between Jeff and Scott, they were in the life, so they should know this. But I wasn't in the life, so I'll guess this one. Let me guess. The concierge position is left to an older person. It's left to somebody who doesn't have a crew. They'll take an older captain who's well heeled. Everybody knows, and I'm going to talk about him. He's deceased. Ciro, Tough Tony, powerful captains in the Genovese crime family. Very powerful, very wealthy, both of them, very wealthy. You take somebody like that who's already made his money, older, 70s, 80s, maybe 90s, I think Ciro was. You take a guy like that, and because when you become consigliere, you're not supposed to have any crew. They take away your crew because you're at a point in your life, you made all your money, you're well heeled, and you're supposed to be used for your wisdom, your knowledge, your influence. How the hell are you going to put a 40-something-year-old guy as a consigliere? That's the number 3 position. So, Jeff, okay, that's again. But, Jeff, you were smart. You kept your video short because you know I'm going to be depicting it. Remember, I was an official captain, 27 guys in my crew, 27 made members in my crew. Vinny gets locked up. I'm second command to Michael Mancuso. I was told, Michael doesn't elevate Louis Electric to an official captain. You do it. You take the reins. You do it. Called Louis out of the car, elevated him, introduced Louis to Jerry Asaro, brought him around. He's now an official captain. I was ordered to do it. I just got to confirm it. Go confirm it. Done. And that was it. So Jeff said, shots fired did not happen because of the new technology out there. Well, Jeff, let me ask you something. I killed somebody in a hotel room. Fired 2 shots, Jeff, out of a 380, Jeff. At what, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, Jeff, in a motel room? Nobody heard shots, Jeff. Why? It's called a silencer, Jeff. You know that? Silencer you put on a gun, Jeff? Let me tell you something, Jeff. You have the L right there. What do I know? I don't know Pelham Bay. But where Vinny's club is, there's the L. While the train's going by, Jeff, you know, right there. Club is here. L station's right up here. Basically. Almost directly above it, but right to the side. Trains go by sometimes 2 at a time. One this way, one that way. You're in the club. You can't even hear somebody. You have to stop talking because it's so loud. So, Jeff, again, you have no clue what you're talking about. 100,000 for someone coming home? Not happening. Not happening. Folks, I'm sorry about this. I'm just tired. That's why I said you'll hear facts. These are facts, folks. These are definitely facts. But you know what? I might as well make a joke out of it. Because if that's true, or you know what? If you believe that, if you believe Scott Bernstein and Jeff Nadeau's stories, you got to believe I did it. I went up there myself. I had a 45 and a 380. No, I'm sorry, 38. Always carry a backup revolver. That's the way I was groomed. You didn't hear those stories yet either. I went up there, pulled out the guns. I got the drop on them. I saw all the money. And I actually, here's what I did. I had them get butt naked. I brought zip ties. I threw the zip ties. They tied up their hands. The last one, I'm turning around, get on the floor. I tied up his hands. Then what I did, I zip tied their legs together. So now they're all sitting in a circle. And what I did, the 4 of them, I went around smacking or 3 of them. I'm sorry. Was it 3, 4, 5? Who knows? It might have been 10. I started smacking them in the heads, back slapping them. Pah! Mike, I hit him in the nose. That thing started bleeding. I started pulling his hair, the plugs on his hair. Like I have the same. No, I have grafts. He has plugs. But but believe it, folks. That's what I did. And I laughed. I made them get butt naked. They were sitting there naked, and I took everything from them. I did it. I did the robbery, and that's it. So please, people, if you believe Scott Bernstein, you believe Jeff Nadeau, you believe Gene. And again, I got a lot of love for Gene, but Gene is incorrect about this. And I told him that. You got to believe me. I did it. I really did it. So FBI, DEA, I'm sorry. I just couldn't take it any longer. I was upset with Michael, everything he did to me. I had to rob him. I did. I apologize, but I had to take the money. I didn't hurt anybody. Just gave him a few cracks. Like, shut up. Shut. And that's what I did. So, anybody like to ask questions? Go ahead, folks. Donna says, we'll go there. I can't go back up. Big shout out to Cynthia, always holding it down. You wear many hats. And yes, Cynthia, thank you. Folks, on Official Crypto Nostra 2, we're in different pools, so you know. Different pools. There's one pool, we're part of Solana. You'll see, I think at the time it said $22 in liquidity, but it goes off of our main pool where it shows, I think, 18 million in market cap. So they're not fake accounts. It's all linked into the metrics, I was told. So those are our accounts, different pools. It gives us more exposure. It gives us greater influence, greater reach. So that's what we're doing now. We're expanding on Official Crypto Nostra. Jelly Dom, how about you explain your views on how much of a rat Baldo Amato is? Are you serious? How much of a rat Baldo? Sorry, repeating myself. No, this is Baldo Amato. He ratted? He didn't rat. So tell me what you heard. So I did time with Baldo, stand up. I heard he did go crazy last few years, but he had a life sentence. So I don't know a rat. This is the first I'm hearing of it. So you could explain, and I'll tell you if I know anything. Just Bot said, or maybe it was Galante. Yeah, it probably was. He came back from the grave. John says, Dom, it doesn't matter what happened or didn't happen or who said what. No, it does. It does, John. I beg to differ. It does matter because you're putting bad labels on things. You're creating investigations for people. You don't think law enforcement looked into it? So say if somebody is walking into the club doing something wrong and they see a package or something and they stop them, they frisk them, they're creating heat. They're creating heat at these social clubs. So it is dangerous for people. It is dangerous. I don't want to see people go to jail. I really don't. So Uncle Pete says, it always makes me laugh. These non-Italian, non-street guys act like they're absolutely. RPP says, Dom, I need my money. You should have bought back into OCN. Big Arm said Baldo is not a rat. That's, listen, this is the first I'm hearing. I agree with that. So Johnny says, I love the keyboard tough guys who have to talk like they're little boys. Let them talk. It's all good. So Dada, is Mike Genovese in Connecticut? I don't know. Active in Cosa Nostra? I don't know. I have no idea. Camilla, oh, jolly, get the Google. Get with the Google, get lost. Okay, there we go. Chris says, Dom, have you ever been to Enzo's Williamsbridge Road, Pelham Parkway? Yes, I have. I think so. I'm not sure. Joe Barone. Hey, everyone. I got to run wonderful show. By the way, while we got on, go check out the Goodfella podcast with Joe Barone. Really, really good show. We have Jeff Nadeau here. Need views. No, put them up. Put them up. Don't do that. Don't do that. I keep it up. Jeff said, don't leave them up. I'm good with that. Need views. No, Jeff, I don't need views. Number one, Jeff, I don't beg for money on my views. I don't have to ask people for support, give them money. The only thing I ask for, give me likes. Give me likes. You can keep on hating, Jeff. But let me tell you something, Jeff, and I'll make this a fact. I'll make this a fact. You want to play in the sandbox? We could play anytime you want, my brother. Anytime, any place, you name it. We could go offline with it. So there it is, Jeff. No threat. We'll meet face to face. Let's see how big you are. And I'll come to your area, Jeff. I'll come. And believe, I'll come prepared. Because I'll never walk into a trap. You'll never trap me, Jeff. So take that to the bank, brother. About Nadu, yet again, keep talking. I'm talking because you are a joke. You are a joke. You're a clown. Look at you. You're a poor, pathetic person for a human being. To put something out there like that, to get people jammed up, to bring law enforcement to the Bonanno social clubs, Jeff, that's another thing. That's another thing, Jeff. You and Scott Bernstein are bringing heat to the 5 families in New York, Jeff. To the 5 families. To the 5 families. Do you realize that, Jeff? With your false propagandas that you got from Gene? And I love Gene dearly. I have a lot of respect for Gene, but I told Gene, you're wrong. Somebody's baiting you, brother. Somebody's baiting you. I am from the Bronx. I was Mafia. I was a killer. I was there. I was second in command, Jeff. So don't need the views, Jeff. I'm happy with my little channel, me going by. I don't beg anybody for money every night, Jeff. I don't have to have a paid channel, Jeff, to lure people in, Jeff, so they pay, Jeff. I don't do that. Don't need it. I'm out here free, Jeff. Jeff, what have you given people, Jeff? Tell me. What have you given people? I've given out free t-shirts. I've given out free books, Jeff. Thousands of dollars and stuff, Jeff. You know what, folks? I even went in my own pocket with somebody, gave them free coins. Free coins that I paid for. As I felt bad, they got cut off at the last minute. I paid for it. And I'm not even going to say who. That's the type of guy I am, Jeff. I don't need it, Jeff. I don't do rug pulls, Jeff. What happened to the rug pull, Jeff? What happened? What happened to the rug pull, Jeff? What happened to I'm robbing people with a shit coin, Jeff? Well, let me tell you something, Jeff, and I'm going to tell everybody now. I'm working. No, I'm not going to blow this one up. But I'll tell you this, Jeff. Go look. Go look at the paperwork, Jeff. We're recognized from a meme coin to a utility coin already, Jeff. We already did a transaction. We're a currency, Jeff. Jeff, I'm coming out with OC Quick Loans, Jeff. We'll be a banking company soon, Jeff. You know why, Jeff? I don't beg people for money. I don't beg people. Jeff, everybody who got in on the pre-sale, they're getting their initial investment back when it hits a penny, Jeff. My little shit coin, Jeff, like you said, rug pull, Jeff, went from 0.003, Jeff, to right now. Let's see where we're at. We're at 0.005730. We're over half a penny, Jeff. Over half a penny. What do you have to say with that, Jeff? Yesterday, Jeff, there was $170,000 in sales. Sales. We went down to a $7-8 million market cap. Went down to 0.0032. Jeff, within about 3-4 hours, we were back up. We were back up in the 10 million. Then 11 million, Jeff. Now we're back up to 11.4 million, Jeff. Jeff. Again, Jeff, hate all you want. You know what, Jeff? I think the problem is, look at yourself in the mirror. You can't be happy. You're just a miserable little pudball of a person. Like my boy said, and I'm going to say boy out of respect. He's not my boy. Probably doesn't like what I did. I know he doesn't like what I did. But Kanisi called you short stack. I know he didn't say you, but he said Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So I'm sure you live there, short stack. So don't let Jeff win that. This ain't, if he wants to respond, let him. Yes, I know he's in the house, Cynthia. Let him respond. Let him respond. He's a little man who lies. He has to beg people for money. He has to tell them to send money here. He'd greatly appreciate it. It helps him to promote his shows. Well, Jeff, all my production, I pay out of my pockets, Jeff. When I do stuff, it comes out of my pocket. Matter of fact, people that do come on, I give them, I don't have to. They don't even ask. Whatever I make on the show, I send to them. And they'll verify. Jeff, you're in nobody's league. You're just a wannabe. You want to be Joey so bad. It'll never happen. Or maybe a little snuff. I think you were wishing you a little snuff. Jeff, all you are, and I'm sorry, we use this term, you're a ball hanger. That's all you are. So, did Joey Gambino rat on you? Absolutely, 1,000%, Chris, he did. But you know what? Joey is a friend of mine, dear friend, and it's all good. It's all good. I'm okay. He did the smart thing. He did the smart thing to get out of the life. The life was treacherous. It was treacherous. And you know why? Did very well for himself. Loved Joey. Great guy. No, he didn't know about the murder. He didn't know about it. So he wasn't there for particulars. And that was it. At the time, all fairness, Joey thought I was ratting. So when I wasn't. So Camilla says Joey can't stand the do. Oh, I know. I know he can't stand it. But Joey's using the do to promote, which is a smart move. Smart move. Jeff should sleep with Lil Snuff, LOL. Jeff, you're well loved. You're well loved, Jeff. Jeff, you wish, Jeff. You know what? I don't have to beg people for money. I'm me. I'm straightforward. I don't play around. I'm not a bully. You picked the fight with the wrong person. You, with your little butt boys, and I'm not even going to mention their names. One of them's in Florida. Thought you were cute. Hi, you're on. Oh, good to see you on my show. And then you went into a tirade about my shitcoin, so he's laughing. So, and if he wants to, he has my number. I'll go meet him tomorrow. I'll go meet him tomorrow. He doesn't have the balls to meet me. Okay? So, feels good. Feels good. Yeah. Let's see. We got a contribution. Thank you. Brandon, you didn't have to. I appreciate it, though. Thank you. You were worried. Wait. You ever worry one of the families will get tired of you talking about them and do something? Why talk about them? You know what? I'm not worried. Actually, I just stuck up for the families, if you realize it or not. If you realize, think about it. Think about it. Remember, I see 15 to 20 paces ahead. Been doing this for far too long. I just helped them out. I just helped them out. I didn't jump on a bandwagon. I helped them out. And I exposed Nadeau and I exposed Bernstein that they're putting heat on the Bonanno crime families, on the social clubs. Why? Do you want to see people get arrested, Scott? So you know what, folks? Scott and Jeff probably want to see people get arrested, the gangsters. So now they have more stories because that's how they make their money. I'm still coming out with my story. You saw my interview. Oh, Jeff, let me ask you something, Jeff. I forgot this. Since you're on, since I need views, Jeff, what have you done in 2 days, Jeff? What have you done? When I do something that's professional, Jeff, with the right people, Jeff, and this is just getting started, my brother. This is just getting started. Just getting started, Jeff. 3 days, 54,000 views, Jeff. 3 days. Bronx Tale, the bike fighter scene. Everybody saw that. 54,000 views. And it just hit the third day a few hours ago. What have you done, Jeff? What have you done? And I'm just getting started with quality coming out like that, Jeff. So we're going to have fun. You're going to hate me, and you're going to hate with the success of Official Crypto Nostra. But you know what, Jeff? What I'll do for you, what I'll do, and I say this sincerely, I'm not being facetious. I will open up the influencer program for you, Jeff. So you'll get, I think, just around 250,000 coins. That's what it came out to. Whatever the number's, 270, whatever it is. I'll give them to you if you just promote the coin, Jeff. I got you. And I say that sincerely. I definitely will. But Jeff, don't ever get it twisted. You're messing with the wrong person. Trust me when I tell you. Take it any way you want. Call law enforcement. Call Jesus Christ. Don't ever cross that line with me, Jeff. Don't ever try to hurt the people around me, Jeff. Not nice. Not nice. You don't do things like that, Jeff. What you and Scott Bernstein just did, it's totally disgusting. Totally disgusting. You put the heat on the Bronx. Now, law enforcement, what do you think law enforcement's doing, Jeff? They're surveilling all these clubs, Jeff. They're probably checking out people. So now it brings heat to, if they have number locations, the social clubs, any gambling establishments, Jeff, any loan sharking, Jeff. So you and Scott Bernstein just put the heat on the Bonanno crime family and the Bronx. which encompasses the Genovese powerhouses. You have Colombo there and Gambino and Lucchese. Weak presence of Lucchese, but you have Gambino there too. So Jeff, not good. Scott, not good. So anyway, we'll read a few more and I'm going to wrap it up, folks. Thank you. Hit that like button, please. People, that's all I ask. Hit the like button. Give me some love. Hit that like button. We got 655 people on the live. Come on, get it up to at least 300 for me. That's the least you could do. That's all I ask for. Hit the like button. Never ask for a contribution. Somebody gives it. I'm actually, I accept it. I announce it. To me, it's embarrassing. It's like begging. That's not me. That's not me. Big Arm said, Dom, did you ever meet Caesar Bond? No, he was dead before I met him. What Lucchese's, Roxanne said. Well, I think Joey Relay's probably the only one. No, there's Nicky Pepsi's there. You have a few Lucchese's in the Bronx. Pelham Bay, a Bonanno guy got his car smashed 2 weeks ago by bikers at Westchester Avenue. It happens. It happens, and so it's different from a robbery. Thank you, people, for hitting that like button. Appreciate it. Jelly says, Dom, what would you do if Jeff laughed in your face in person? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I just, Good Time says, definitely a rat is Jeff. Well, what they're doing is a rat move, putting heat, coming up with fake stories. Folks, I checked this thoroughly. And again, maybe it did happen. If it happened, I did the robbery. I went up there, guns blazing, and I took what I took. That was it. And by the way, it was $109,687.23.5 I got. So that's it. Cynthia says, Dom slapped the shit out of him. Nah, listen, I'd probably laugh. Number one, I don't think he would have the gall to even laugh. He'd probably shit his pants. Thank you, folks, for getting it up to 300 likes. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's all the love. And, folks, we're coming out with more stuff. Check the shorts that will be released soon. Probably tomorrow. I have to see when. I'm listening to my boy from Sarasota who's doing this all. Maybe he'll come on the show with me, and I have to give him props. And Anna, thank you for hooking me up with Michael. I mean, it's great. I owe it to Anna and Michael. I finally got somebody who knows YouTube, knows how to put out great content, film work, everything, editing. Excellent, excellent work. So thank you. Everybody, Anna, thank you. Great content, new content. Thank you. Everybody have a great evening. I'm hoarse. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I had a long day. Gee, much love. Thank you for the contribution. Got your text, Dom. Got your text. Here's the 20 you asked for. Gee, that's messed up. Oh, damn, gee, you blew me up. Sorry, it was No Do who texted me. Gee, much love. You got me laughing with that one. Love you. Anna, are you from Brooklyn? That's what Roxanne's asking, Anna. Anna, I won't blow you up. So we got, wait. See, now you're keeping me on. Hillbilly Harry. Carnesi robbed the place. He showed up and took off his mask and told them, give me the money. You're gonna, oh my God. This is really, it's too much. Too much. Butterfly Kisses. Always is 100% that Mustang Sally. You don't have any plans for this summer. Folks, we're going to get together. Once this thing calms down, that we get the coin really with everything out. The gaming app, I'm supposed to be getting the prototype next day or two. We're waiting on Apple. They have to approve the prototype, and then we're off to the races. So, people, have a good night. Camilla says Gene is on his way back to the can. Great show. I'm glad you liked the show tonight, folks. Much love and respect. Vito, stop calling me, Vito. So much love and respect to everybody. Hope everybody has a great evening. Look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night, live at 5, Mafia Roundtable. And folks, I'm sorry with all this nonsense that's going on, but I had to put a stop to it. It's ridiculous. So CW says, yes, good night, Anna, and only Anna. Hey, don't mess with my Anna Banana. Let's not even go there. So, Anna, I'm going to get that stuff out to you now, too. I'm going to send it to you. I just been slammed today. First day back from Dubai. For those of you who don't know, excellent meeting. So hopefully I don't count the money till it's in the bank. They committed to 8, 9 figures. And supposedly in 60 days, we'll have the first tranche. It's in 4 tranches. So we'll see. I don't count on anything till it's in the bank, till it's sealed and delivered. So we'll see. They love it. I had all the people who were out in the UK calling me today. They're buying into the coin as well. So we got a lot of movement, folks. A lot of things going on. Everybody, good night. Much love and respect. Peace out. And thank you. Thank you for all the love and support. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. And we're all going to become rich and wealthy together. That's for sure. So have a good night, everybody. See everybody tomorrow live at 5.